She's won Emmys, Grammys, not to mention GLAAD Awards, Gracie Awards, and broken world records for comedy. And she also tried to give Anderson Cooper a blowjob on national television. And now she's here to give me one on the internet. Just kidding about that part. Kathy Griffin is here!
Okay, look, this is supposed to be my audition tape for taking over David Letterman's job where I prove that I can't be vulgar. And now I have to blow you. Ugh!
As we're talking about, equal pay for women to men, and we're talking about David Letterman, it's so interesting to juxtapose. We can't have a conversation about equal pay for women in that role because there aren't any women in that role.
There aren't any. There are no
The conversation
comps.
hasn't even started
Right.
from Joan Rivers.
Correct.
So many years ago.
Correct.
We haven't moved forward.
No, and I'm so glad you're pointing that out because when I was watching Joan take over the Tonight Show, I really did think, oh, this is it. So now it's going to be 50-50 from now on. And I really had no idea that there would not be a female in network nightly, late night, after Joan. And so it's more than time, but also, as you know, the kids are watching the TV on their phones and their tablets. So this is who's watching television anyway. And I'm excited to see how it all shakes down.
Who could do it? Looking at the crop of women
There's
out there
so
right
many
now,
women out there that can do it.
A nighttime slot.
It's almost ridiculous that we're acting like there's only a couple of contenders. I mean, so people are putting all these names into the pot, but the truth is, if you look at the men that are in late night, Conan O'Brien was a writer on Simpsons and SNL. So in the male world, they'll just take a guy that doesn't even have television experience. And, the great David Letterman, of course, did his morning show for a while. And, people are acting like, well, if a woman was ever allowed to have the seat on the bus, she better be qualified. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. The guys that get shows, they're from
Remember when Jimmy
radio.
Kimmel was on The Man Show?
I remember when Jimmy Kimmel did the sports at K-Rock in LA. That's how I met him. So, I think that there's so many women that are qualified, and I'm excited about a woman taking several slots, whether it's David's or someone else's, because I do think that there's something about late night where I'm hoping sort of the art of conversation comes back.
You just came from The View.
Yes, I just came from The View, and
I'm just happy they let you on The View.
Look, I'm happy to just survive Barbara Walters because I went on The View and I said, this is it. This is your last shot to just take me out once and for all. I told my mom I love her. I said my goodbyes, and Barbara was very sweet. So, Barbara Walters is actually a living example of someone that I have made fun of in my act. And I mean, I've gone for her pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. And she's finally come around and she's finally realized, oh, you're actually a comedian who's just kidding. So that's very gratifying for me. And like I said, I admire Joan Rivers and Howard Stern and Don Rickles so much because eventually, you sort of either you get to an age or whatever, it's just so great when these people go like, oh, it's okay to be in your act. You're not actually really trying to harm me in any way. And it's been for me a lot of years of saying, yeah, it's really just all a joke.
Can the show survive without Barbara?
I think it will. I also think that Barbara is going to just put on like a plastic mustache and really run the show behind the scenes. So I put nothing past her and she knows it. So, we'll see. But Whoopi Goldberg is, I think, kind of sort of the head of the table. And she's very, very bright. And, of course, a fellow Grammy winner for Best Comedy Album. And an EGOT. So, yeah, I think they'll do great.
You've had a recent bit of a Twitter war here with Demi Lovato. I'm just trying to make this a little bit bigger. And
well, I want to be clear and say it's not a Twitter war.
Feud?
Because, well, I have no, I don't have a big issue with her. It's that I didn't know that she has like this army of, I am assuming like 12 or 13-year-olds. I don't really know. But anyway, they have been taking to the Twitter, but also threatening my life and my safety in ways that are actually breaking the law. So there's been some legal intervention.
You took the quiz, which Full House character are you? And you didn't get Danny Tanner. You got Jesse Katsopoulos. You are carefree and slightly immature. And of course, the coolest person in your clique.
Who made this up?
I don't know.
And they don't even know him. And I got him already.